Hi, welcome to the More Gems Show. I'm Steve Moriarty, your host, and with me tonight are my two sons, Michael, who's in charge of this production. Hello, Michael.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're excited to see you all here.
And Jeffrey, our chat moderator.
Hey, how we doing, everybody? Good. I'm seeing some names already I'm familiar with, and we're glad to be back and excited to have you all back watching the show tonight.
Yeah, I see a few new names, too, as well. Yeah, so welcome newcomers.
Yeah, we got a lot of, we got Eileen's here, James is here. I know the Gallo family, I guess you guys have a new name behind you. Who else do we know here? I think those are the names I got right now.
There's Dana Rabicki, she's here.
Yep.
And Peggy, see.
Jill's here.
Janet
from Iowa.
All right. Where else is everybody else from? I see somebody from Peggy's from Kansas City.
Max
in
is
Texas.
Back. Okay, from Texas. We got some couple people from
Texas.
Texas.
Hey, I'm an MM too.
Scott's back. Hey, Scott. Tracy from Madison. Reach me from New Caledonia. I'm not sure where that's at. Nuglord from Oklahoma City. And yes, James, we are back from Asia. When did we get back? A little over a week ago?
Yeah, we finally recovered.
Yes. Yeah, it was a great trip.
So we went to Bangkok for a week and then a week in Hong Kong, 2 shows back to back.
Yep.
Wasn't easy.
It was a challenge. Yeah, we were just kind of run, and but it was worth it. You know, that's what we were there to do, and we found some great things because of it.
Yeah, and these shows were huge. Did we even get through half of either one of them?
I mean, the one side was mainly diamonds. We didn't really do too much over there. We went and peeked over there, but we were there for color. So me and Jeff walked the whole show. I think while you were finishing up some deals, we kind of checked it out. But
yeah,
and that was a lot of rows. I mean, that's
it
reminds me of what's the ending of that Indiana Jones where they hide the.
Oh yeah.
What was that? Where were they hiding?
Like in the government building.
Oh yeah. And you just look and just aisles and aisles. Oh, it was mind-boggling.
There's that many people out there.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
It was a good show, a great experience. It was my first time in Asia. I thought it was awesome. You know, just the whole experience of being in a different part of the world, as well as the show. You know,
in 2 totally different places.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Bangkok is. Oh yeah. Bangkok is like cheap. I mean, everything. You go to dinner and you spend $20 for 3 of you. Then you go to Hong Kong. You go to dinner, and if you get away with for $200, it's
right.
Yeah, just a huge difference.
Yeah,
great food.
Oh yeah.
Michael got.
I never really had.
What you like, pad kamau? Now?
Yeah, I never had Thai food before, and it was really good. And I kind of miss it now. You know, just I got the little bit spicy, you know.
You picked up some spices you brought back.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
Have you cooked with them yet or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, plan on it, but yeah, no, it was really cool.
So just the amazing amount of gems, and we did come back with some great stones, and you know, definitely a strong focus on sapphire, which is kind of where we want to be. I mean, sapphire is the number 1 selling stone in the world. And so we're doing a little focus on it. You know, I know we've concentrated on tanzanites, but always love sapphire. You know, I love ruby too, but ruby was so expensive. You know, I'm not sure I can sell ruby at the prices they're going for right now. You know, you just can't get you go to try and buy a 2-carat ruby, and we're talking about a $12,000-$15,000 stone. So kind of missed out on the ruby market. We kind of skipped that part of the business, although, again, I love ruby, but we really focused on sapphire. Got a lot of different colors of sapphires that you'll see tonight.
And, you know, maybe if we had a little bit more time out there, it felt like we were kind of rushed. Like the show wasn't long enough. We could have searched and maybe found a better supplier for ruby. I don't know. It
could be.
You know, we just didn't put enough time into it.
How long do you guys usually spend in Tucson every year?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. So we're 2 weeks here, and 2 shows, and Yeah, it was definitely a rush, but
Yeah.
in many ways, yeah.
Yeah, while we were out there, Jeffrey, you were having a little bit of fun of your own, right? So where did you head out to?
So I still have my visa. I have a 10-year visa for China. So part of the week we were in Hong Kong, I took the bullet train out of Hong Kong and visited Yangshao, which is about 250, 300 miles into China west. And these, you can see some of the mountains out there. That picture.
Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Yeah, I was a little jealous, but I didn't have my visa, so I couldn't join you.
Yeah, you
it's
don't
not
need a
easy to
visa
get
for
visa
Hong
there.
Kong, but if you want to go into mainland China, you have to have a visa.
Yeah,
So.
not the easiest, but it was a good time. Fortunately, did get food poisoning when I was out there. So the last 2 days of the trip, I was kind of in bed.
Yeah, you were coming back. You're like, Michael, give me some KFC.
KFC's big out there, so that's
Yeah,
why.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and 7-Elevens. Oh,
7-Elevens,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
KFC was there my first trip to Bangkok, which was 1984 or something. They were the first U.S. restaurant there that I recall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
Still there going strong.
yes. That's all I felt like. I don't know. Yeah, but it was hard coming back. So that was one regret. But yeah, it was overall, just a great time. It was just fun.
yeah, he came back with a special souvenir. You want to show everybody your special souvenir that you brought back?
Let me see if I can. Yes. Which is the Imperial lion that's out there. So I've been to China a few times. It's probably one of my favorite countries. Not political wise, but people are great and the sights there are amazing. So there was a tattoo artist there that I met at an international show, and she so happened to be in Yangshao. So my wife didn't notice it for like a week. But yeah, that was my souvenir. Your guys' were the stones.
Yeah, it was cool. And while Jeff was out there, he sent us his picture, and we went ahead and responded to him with this one here. So yeah,
I cracked up about that. That was good.
Yeah, but yeah, they were both in their element, Steve and Jeff there, so it was appropriate.
Yeah. So
Great trip. Great to have
Yeah.
you both with me.
it was great.
So I've traveled there by myself a few too many times, and having somebody with you makes a world of difference.
And you got noticed a few times.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, I got it. That was
Probably.
popular there.
Yeah, it was.
Even out on the
amazing.
streets,
Yeah.
some guy grabbed us, which worked out to be good because he had a buddy that had nice tanzanite, which we'll show you the rough that we bought from him, and so it's good to be recognized sometimes.
Yeah.
They kind of scared us. We were out on the street, and these guys come walking up, and somebody had just told us about Pakistanis that were robbing people and stuff on the street, and which Hong Kong is really a safe place.
Yeah,
but
I didn't feel that too much.
But these
I
guys
don't know.
coming up on me, I thought, we better move into one of these stores, but it turned out that they just recognized us from.
And they actually, the one guy, it was the same guy that we saw in Tanzania. Because he lived out in Tanzania, and when we were out there, he recognized. He's like, "Oh, Steve, more gems."
Following the videos, and
which is cool.
So it was cool.
Yeah, saw him in 2 different countries. Yep. So,
All right.
So I know a lot of you are watching. So thanks for coming back. We do this every month on the first Wednesday of each month for most of the part. So welcome back for everybody that's new, because we do see a lot of new names out there. Thank you for watching. You're in store for a great show. Just because we got some amazing gemstones to show tonight that Steve handpicked. So how this all works, throughout the show, we're going to be showing some gemstones. We're going to talk about them. If you have questions about them, you can post them in the live chat. That should be next to the YouTube, or if you're on your phone below it, just make sure to log in and you can ask any questions you want. But we'll be displaying gemstones throughout the night. Each stone will have the price. That sale price that we list, you can get an additional 15% off when you go to MoreGems.com and add the coupon code ASIA, because that's where we travel to the checkout. It'll take an additional 15% off. USA shipping's free. It's insured, and we'll ship that out to you. You can pay, we got credit card, we've got PayPal you can go through, and we have even financing through Affirm and Bread, I believe. So you can even do financing. We don't hold stones, so if you want to do like a layaway, which we do offer, you'd have to call tomorrow, and hopefully your stone's still available. If you do like a stone, I cannot stress this enough, buy it as quickly as possible. We've had so many times where people are trying to add it, they wait a little bit and someone else comes and buys it underneath them. So do purchase it if you enjoy it. We do have 30-day returns. And also with all these stones, we also are custom jewelers. So if you do want us to design something for you, which we do, that's almost all of our business. If you do want us to design something, we can always ship you the stones. You can see it, see what you think. Otherwise, we can just hold it for you and we can start working with you to design a piece of jewelry. What am I missing here? Otherwise, again, stress you to join the live chat. It's lively out there. You can ask questions. I'll interrupt Steve throughout the show for those questions. And go from there.
All right.
So, are all the stones live right now, Jeffrey?
Yes, all the stones are live. So if you go to MoreGems.com, at the top of the screen, there is a green banner, or on the homepage is a big anchor image. You click that, you're going to go to the category that has all the stones. They're all there now. We usually wait till the end because people do go in there and buy them up. Any of those stones, again, you use coupon code ASIA, you get 15% off that price. Last thing, throughout the show, we're going to have some hidden gems. These we don't launch until we talk about them because we don't want other people buying them up sooner. But those will be 25% off. So you have to stay on, you have to watch the show to see what those stones are. But I believe there's 6 of them or 5 or 6 during this show. So.
And they'll have to refresh.
Yes, and I'll explain it as we go on.
Okay. So while you're looking at the stones, you'll see a couple of different prices. One price is the regular price, or it's an appraised price. And that price is created using this gem guide. It's a market-driven independent pricing guide that is used by the trade. This is produced for appraisers and jewelers alike, and they give a complete pricing and recommendations of markups, and that's the basis for the one price that's on there. And then our regular price is listed, and tonight using the coupon code ASIA, you get another 15% off that. So.
Cool.
All right. Anything else?
No, I know there's some questions already. I know some people are asking questions. I will be saving those. We're going to try to get the show going because I know a lot of you want to see some of these stones. And I'll interrupt Steve later on to answer some of those questions.
All right. So first one up, this is kunzite. Kunzite is this comes from Afghanistan. It's a pink spodumene is the gem. Really a beautiful, beautiful gem. You know, I used to hesitate carrying them because they do have an issue of this is called an evening gem because sunlight can affect the color of this stone. So it's something you want to not wear out in direct sunlight because the UV and sun can fade the color of this. So it is the one factor that not only can be detrimental, but it also is the factor that keeps the price of kunzite down because a gem that looks like this with such intense color and such beauty should not be under $100 a carat. This should be $500-$600 a carat. So if it didn't have issues, that's where the price would be because it is such a remarkable color. It's hard to find another gem that has the beauty of kunzite in this color range. Yep, lost that camera.
All right.
It's good here. So, all right.
Continue.
Yeah. So this kunzite weighs 18.84 carat, cut in a shield cut. If you turn the picture over, it's almost a heart shape without the notch. High clarity stone. It's VS1 clarity, which VS1 is the highest that we grade. There is in the grading system for diamonds, there is VVS1 and flawless, but very, very difficult, particularly in stones of this size, to get that critical on grading that you can tell somebody this is a VVS1 stone. So we use VS1 as our highest grading. VS1 is completely clean. We didn't find anything in it, or if there's something in it, it's just so minor that you can't see it without getting the light exactly right on the stone. So VS1, again, is the highest we grade. This particular stone will appraise at $3,390. Our online price is $1,585, and with the 15% off, it's $1,347, which comes out to $71 a carat. But just a remarkably beautiful gem. All right. Hopefully, Michael will get our camera back here. We have camera issues often, but our next gem up is a spessartite garnet. Spessartite is one of the stones that, in talking to people in Bangkok and Hong Kong, spessartite is one of the stones that the Chinese got heavily into, and they just forced the price up so fast. It was kind of a shock to me when, particularly probably last Tucson, to see the prices of what kunzite is going for, or spessartite is going for. There we're back. Thank you, Mike. So spessartite, the big benefit is the amount of brilliance you get out of the stone because of very high refractive index, and the good strong orange color. But the price of spessartite, as I was saying, it's just jumped pretty dramatically. So this is a 3 carat 12. Appraised price of $4,880. $3,195 is a price online. And with 15% off, this stone is $2,716 or $871 a carat. Price of all garnets have taken a significant increase. People have finally realized that this is a gem that has remarkable beauty. It has high rarity. When you compare to diamond, the rarity is just, hundreds or maybe thousands of times greater. I suppose if you compare this color to the color in a diamond, this color, the rarity difference may not be significant, or this may be even more common than a diamond this color, of course. But, this is quite a rare stone and in very, very high demand.
And if we could, Jill wants to know if we could show this on your hand. Do we have handy or no?
No.
We keep forgetting her.
Okay.
On the website, though.
Is there on a hand on the website?
Yes.
Okay. And this, I think we've talked about it before. Steve bought this for both Michael and I, the rings, men's rings. And it's my favorite ring. The stone's amazing. Do you have yours on, Mike?
I do.
I don't have mine on, but Mike does, yeah. Really cool ring. If you're looking for, a men's ring, maybe for Christmas coming up, you're going to get, man or woman, you're going to get so many compliments on that stone. But the ring designed for a man, it's just a cool ring.
Yeah, it sets up nice and just looks good, particularly against yellow gold. So, All right, next gem up. So this is a sapphire. This is a really rare color of sapphire. I don't think I've ever owned one this color before. It's just intense purple color that I've never recall seeing this color at all. So this is a carat one, comes from Madagascar. Madagascar has been producing just some great colors in sapphire, such a wide variety. From my first trip there, which was 2001, sapphire was extremely important because Ilakaka was the producing source at that time, and they changed the whole world market for sapphire. And they've been producing from different sources ever since that time. So this is a carat one. The appraised price on this stone is $2,575, and our online price is $1,320. And with the 15% off, it's $1,122 or $1,111 a carat. 1111. So, you see a few crystals in there, but they're totally, you cannot see them with the naked eye. The stone is completely eye clean.
You want to show it on your hand there, Steve?
Sure. Not a big stone, but for its weight, this stone has a large appearance because there's no extra depth to it. Its cut has full brilliance, but often you'll get sapphires that they cut whatever the crystal has for going for it, and often they're deeper, so you don't get a big apparent size. But this stone has a full carat appearance, as large as it could possibly be.
And keep in mind, Steve's got a pretty big hand too. So like Jeff was saying earlier, if you are interested, you can kind of get an idea on Steve's hand, but we have more feminine hand on our website. You can see the size there as well.
But beautiful gem.
Can we do I know you have a big hand. Can we do the spessartite on your hand? Did we do it already? I don't think we did, but I linked everybody to showing them that there's a hand, but some people wanted to see it live, I guess.
Your face out of it, Steve, and you move closer up, it'll focus on it.
We'll bring back Handy, which is our little magic hand, next show. So
we keep forgetting
so, it'll be a little bit easier to see the actual size on kind of a regular hand, especially for women.
All right, up next is something completely new. I mean, this came out maybe in Tucson time.
Yeah. Tucson is, I think, when the first time I saw it.
Yeah. So this coming out of Madagascar. It's a moonstone, but the unique character of it is it can be faceted. It has high enough transparency that faceting works on it, and up to this time, I don't believe that anything like this has been available.
And, what it may appear like is the mystic topaz, but this gem is not coated. This is, it hasn't been treated in any way. This is just how the gem looks. So, if you're into that mystic topaz looks, but you want a natural gem, this is it. It's very angelic looking. I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
This is crazy. I didn't see this one. I was not here that day.
You were off in the mountains.
That is, wow. That is different. You guys didn't even tell me about it. Wow. Okay, that's a cool piece. All right. Just have to chime in.
Yeah, Alexa's talking to us over there. Yeah. Alexa, off.
Now you riled her up.
So, we first saw this material in Tucson, but the price was just crazy. I mean, what they were asking for it when it came out new was just really high. And, fortunately, it's come down 25%. So it's getting into the reasonable range, but it's a very limited source. And, many of these sources, as quickly as they're found, they disappear. So we assume that could be the case here because we've seen it over and over again. So, we're just glad to have this stone, and we have two others similar. And many of these stones we have some backup on. We bought many, many stones this trip. And so if there's anything you see or if something sells and you're wondering whether we have anything else, there's a possibility we could have something similar to what you're seeing here in our back stock. We just couldn't show them all tonight. We have a lot of stones tonight, but
with this moonstone, Laurel wanted to know what kind of setting you'd recommend for this.
Good question. Well, as far as, it's good for a pendant or ring. I mean, pendant is a safer place for it. It's not the hardest stone on the planet, but it's hard enough that you can put it into a ring.
I guess, specific settings, we got a designer on hand, so
yeah.
We can figure out something.
And we've done moonstones where we didn't we do sapphire around moonstone?
Yeah. Carrie's got a cat's eye moonstone. Blue sapphire.
Yeah, and that's something that looks good. You can put other colors around it because there's so many different colors within these stones that you can highlight any of them. So it's one possibility. So
I'm gonna show that.
on the hand or
Yeah.
sure. Just really a unique gem. There's just a lot of interest in this stone, and we've done real well with cabochon moonstone. So hopefully these will be as good, and hopefully it stays around for a while.
Yeah, and these are just ultra transparent. Some of the other stuff is that it's coming out of India. Is that where the other moonstones come? The rainbow moonstones?
Yeah, Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, okay. But these are just super clean, clear, and transparent. And I don't know whether was there any inclusions in these. Like sometimes you'll see some fracturing in the cabochon moonstones out of Sri Lanka. But not with these.
Well, we've got they're all totally clean, I think. Yeah, this one's VS1 clarity. So, yeah. Unique moonstone from Madagascar. And I think we have a match pair of these also. So if you need a trio, pendant and ring or pendant and earrings or ring and earrings, we have those also. So next up is a pretty amazing aquamarine. This is Santa Maria, and it actually comes from the Santa Maria mine. Santa Maria is a color that was discovered in Brazil quite some time ago, and it just the depth of color is what we know as Santa Maria, and no matter what country it comes from, when it has this kind of depth of color, they call it Santa Maria. And this is kind of unique marquee, little different shape for aquamarine. And just intense color. I mean, you typically wouldn't think, you'd more think this was blue topaz than aquamarine. But probably some of the darkest I've ever owned. I had some from Madagascar probably 25 years ago that was probably this depth of color. But they weren't quite as vivid, or there's something about this color that is just brighter. Sometimes you get some gray to aquamarine that this just doesn't have. You know, extreme depth of color and just nice brilliance. You know, and one advantage of aquamarine is it's not very dense, so you get a bigger look in a gem. Whoop. So for a 6-carat stone, it's a big, big look. And really, what color? Ah. If I can handle. So more of a female size hand. So you can see, I mean, it's not too big for a ring, a good size ring, but man, that color. Yeah, just look at the brilliance of the stone. Be a great, really a great ring. Love that shape. So this gem praises at $9,070. Online price $71.95. The 15% off this stone, it is $61.16 or $940 a carat.
Somebody wants to know about the depth. They want to see the depth of the
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 6.3 millimeters.
Whoop. Yeah, let me grab it. It's about as shallow as you can cut it and still be fully brilliant. Get my hand out of there. So not very deep. It's looks like about 60%, 62% depth. Which again, if you cut it any shallower, you start losing brilliance. And the benefit, not cut too deep, so you get a big, big look. You know, if this were a sapphire, it would be 9 carats. But for aquamarine, that's about as good a color as you're generally ever going to find. And aquamarine is another stone that in its finer colors, because it's gotten very difficult to get, you know, it has increased in value significantly. But, you know, it's, you know, just getting colors like this are just very, very difficult. And later you'll see some of the lighter colors and the price just drops dramatically. I mean, they're still beautiful gems, but, you know, to get the top Santa Maria colors, they're somewhat expensive. But what a ring that'll make. All right.
Before we get into the next one, you want to talk about the...
All right, next gem up. This is a really unique sapphire. Unique because it probably looks like the tanzanites we just did. You know, this is a big, big sapphire. You know, 3 carat 25, which... And really, really a beautiful stone. Like I say, it looks much like a tanzanite. Of course, you can buy a tanzanite cheaper, but this is a very, very hard gem and a much rarer gem than you're going to find in tanzanite. Beautifully cut antique cushion. Very good cut grade. VS1 clarity, which in sapphire is a very, very clean stone. Let's see. So again, no extra depth to this stone, fully brilliant. And quite a unique color. There, if you look, you can see the color zoning. Yep. And color zoning in a sapphire is one way to identify the natural characteristic of it, because much of the material that is synthesized, the zoning you'll see in it is slightly rounded rather than perfectly straight. And if you follow those lines, sometimes you catch the color zoning changing, and it changes to match the hexagon shape of the crystal. The color zones form with the outer perimeter of the hexagonal crystal, and the color zoning will display those outer angles of the hexagon. So this is a 3.25 carat, which is a pretty good sized stone. And, if you look at sapphire, one of the things you'll find is as you get bigger, the price per carat goes up significantly. In the case of blue sapphires, a 1 to 2 carat sapphire, let's say it's 1,000 a carat. Once you go to a 2 to 3 carat sapphire, it goes up 20%, so it's 1,200 a carat. And as you go to 3 to 4 carat, it goes up another 20%. So the price per carat ends up about 40% difference once you go compare from a 1 carat size to a 3 carat size. So that stone in a 1 carat that costs 1,000 a carat, in a 3 carat it's going to cost you 1,400 per carat. So that's just the difference for a given size. So another unique color in sapphire. It's again a color of sapphire that I haven't seen. Occasionally you'll see color changing sapphires that go from blue to purple. But this is just kind of the mix of the two colors.
Got in here real quick, Steve.
Yep.
We just had a couple questions.
Sure.
And again, for everybody that's joining us, thank you. We're talking about some stones tonight. If you're interested in any of these stones, just go to MoreGems.com. Click on the green banner. That'll take you to the whole list of stones we have tonight. Use coupon code ASIA for an additional 15% off. You pay with credit card, PayPal. We have financing available. If you can, we always ask this throughout the show, can you just hit that little like button below if you're enjoying this show? If you want more, we do a lot of educational videos and release a lot of stones throughout the month. Hit that subscribe button. You'll be subscribed to every new video that we release. So if you're logged into Google or YouTube, there's a lively chat going on. We got some questions coming in. Please post those questions. We'll get through them throughout the show. Okay, Steve, let's see. I'm not sure if this is spelled wrong, or how do party sapphires like those found in Montana compare in pricing and desirability to single color ones? Maybe partial sapphire?
Party color.
Party color?
Well, a lot of them are mixed. It much depends on how those colors show up, as far as, how desirable that mix of color is, which many of them are mixed and they're less expensive just because they're not dramatic or they're not extremely desirable. And you'll see some bicolors that we'll have here later. Most of the stones in the party colors or the fancy colors will typically be less than straight blues. Blues will typically be the most expensive of the sapphires, and the fancy colors will generally be a third less and even more, depending on the actual color of the stone. So difficult to say, some of the mixed colors I've seen from Montana can be 1,000 a carat. You get over 2 carat, they can be 1,500 a carat. But many of those stones, it's hard to find a mixed 2-color stone that is really exciting and extraordinary. But when they are extraordinary, they can bring as much as single-colored stones. So
Okay.
hopefully
was
that
your question,
answers it. But
Connie.
yeah.
Next one. What are the difference between different garnets, like pyrope versus spessartite versus grossular versus andradite? How are they different in gem terms?
In gem terms, well, the difference is different mixes of materials and gives it different refractive indexes, with spessartite being on the high end at 181. That's the highest of the refractive indexes, which has some effect on the brilliance of the stone. Let's see, what was the question? Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty in-depth thing to get into. Well, different mixes produce different colors, of course, so some of them are mixes of different types of garnets. There's pyrospites, which are pyropalmandine spessartites. There's 2 different groups of garnets, the calcium garnets and the magnesium garnets. So there's really 6 different types of garnet, and many of them mix often. Grossulars would include the savarites and Marilani mint garnets, and you'll have other colors of grossulars and yellows, and that's one that often occurs as a purer form of garnet, whereas rhodolite is a mix of pyropalmandine and Malaya's pyropalmandine spessartite mixes, so they often mix and produce different colors and different characteristics in the gems. Or magnetic, yeah. That's another characteristic of garnets is magnetics, different mixes. Some garnets are magnetic, some aren't. Some are strongly magnetic, and some are just slightly magnetic. It's one of those new characteristics we now can use as identifying gems, is whether they're magnetic or not.
Okay. Also, kind of behind here.
Yeah.
So let's thank Bob. He purchased the 19 carats antique cushion kunzite.
Oh, cool. All
We
right.
talked about that one earlier in the show, right?
Thanks, Bob.
Or did we not talk about that one yet?
Well, there's 2 kunzites. I don't know which one we talked about. There was
No, we talked about a different kunzite.
Oh,
Yes.
really? You got
That's
ahead
one
of us,
thing.
huh?
Everybody goes forward.
There's an
Purchase-
1840.
Yeah. So that was that
yes.
cushion. That big cushion was sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a nice one too.
Yeah, we looked at a lot of kunzites, but unfortunately, much of the kunzite that we see are huge. I mean, kunzite forms in pretty big crystals, and the really lovely ones were 50, 60, 70 carats, and those are a little tough to sell. So these were the only 2 stones I found in a reasonable size that just had great color to them, because with size you get more intense color. These were on the smaller side of what kunzite is available, and they still had the just intense color that you like to find in kunzite. So thanks for the purchase. Yeah, it's a cool gem.
Also, Eileen, she skipped ahead as well.
Hey,
All right, Eileen, she knows the drill.
Help us shorten this show.
So she picked up the antique cushion fancy tanzanite.
Oh yeah, that
1.74 carat.
that
okay.
one's a pretty sweet one. That
Yeah,
one,
you knew you had to get on that one. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
yeah,
missed
that-
a few, I think.
that was a nice color. We saw that one, and
Yeah.
that was special.
And then she picked up
And there's so few fancies. That was a focus of every booth I went to, finding fancies. They're just not out there.
Well, quality ones, right?
Yeah, there's muddy greens and just some off colors, and even those they were asking big money for, but getting these peach colors and pinks almost non-existent. From what I saw, non-existent other than this stone, because anything reasonable in fancy colors, I'm on it. So.
And then the other one she picked up was the oval spessartite garnet 3.4 carat.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that one was reasonable.
Yeah, those were.
Yeah.
And they were special stones, and we picked those up because the price point for what we were getting we thought was great. Because like you were saying earlier, the price of spessartites have just gone crazy. So, but they're beautiful. I mean, it's
a great stone.
Yeah, and. Yeah, I had my eye on a few, but it was just a little more than we were willing to spend at the moment. So,
yeah, we saw a beautiful one that was included.
Oh,
I debated whether to recut it. I probably could have made out on it because it was reasonable, but just I'd had to recut the whole stone. I don't know what I'd end up with, and so we finally skipped it. But
if we would have went back, we probably would have found your optivisor that you left somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it was at that booth.
Yeah, it could have been. I always leave something.
Yeah, he likes to leave his stuff everywhere. Yeah. We try to keep track of it all, but it just.
Well, my new optivisor, I got smart and put my name and phone number in it.
Good. Yeah, because you left it. You had left it one other time, so this would be the second time, but we didn't recover it the second time.
Yeah. It's just me. That's what I bring you for, Michael. You're supposed to keep track of me.
I try.
All right. Okay, where are we at here?
Let's go.
Yeah, are we on a Sphene?
Jeffrey, we have reached our first hidden gem. So the first hidden gem is, Steve, what is this?
This is a Sphene from Madagascar, and these have extraordinary dispersion. The amount of dispersion in this stone, probably this doesn't do it justice, but yeah, you can see it there. And you get these stones in LED lighting, and they just go nuts. But you can see all the different colors in this stone, and this is how Sphene is supposed to be. This is what makes Sphene what it is extreme dispersion. Diamond has dispersion, but Sphene just blows it away as far as its dispersive properties. And dispersion is just to break up a white light in the spectral colors. Many gems do it, but few gems do it with the dramatic colors that you see in Sphene. So this comes from Madagascar. Again, very high clarity, VS1 clarity, really nicely cut. And just amazing dispersion.
What do you say, Jeffrey? Can everybody refresh the page and it'll show up now?
Yep. If you go to MoreGems.com, click on a banner with all of the stones, refresh that page, and I believe it's on row 2. And use the coupon code RARE25 for an additional 25% off that price.
So this is a 9.29 carat stone. Really nicely cut. From Madagascar. Price $2,790, which is the same as our online price because there is no guide pricing for Sphene. Just a more unusual gem that doesn't come around enough to get a place in a pricing guide. But really an incredible gem. I actually was in Madagascar when they first discovered this material here. It's from the northern side of Madagascar, which goes back, not sure, early 2000s. So this gem, with the 25% off, is $2,095 or $225 a carat. Which hand? My hand or?
Pretty good size.
Yeah.
Cover your face.
There we go. And even in this fluorescent light, you can still see the dispersive properties. This fluorescent isn't the best light for showing it, but you can see how much brilliance this stone has. And just really, really a nicely cut stone. This company we dealt with, that's all they had was sphene. And they really had some remarkable gems. Just a unique and rare gem that has a character that you don't see in any other stone. Maybe sphalerite would be the other gem that'll show you this kind of dispersion. But this is harder and tougher than sphalerite. This isn't the toughest gem on the planet, but probably definitely best as a pendant, but really shows well as a pendant. A nice size, just be a beauty. Sphene from Madagascar, also known as titanite.
I had a nice crystal from Tanzania I had sold a while back. That was pretty sweet. I think I sold it.
Or I cut it.
Yeah, there was a little bit of gem material in there.
Okay, next one up, I guess we can skip because Eileen took it off the market.
You want to talk about the Allison Gemland?
Oh, sure. Oh, I forgot. So typically once a month, Alice does a show called Alice in Gemland. So let's let Alice tell you about it.
Thanks, Steve. Hi, I'm Alice, and I am the graduate gemologist here at Moriarty's Gem Art, and I am the host of Alice in Gemland, where we debut the newly designed and pieces that we've made, so you can be the first ones to see them before they hit the website. So when you're looking at our YouTube at More Gems, take a look and click notify me so you know when my upcoming show is. And I hope to see you all there. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Alice. So tune in to Alice in Gemland. She does a great job. So, what did Eileen buy? You sure?
Yep. This one. It must have been a different one. We have a lot of different antique cushion fans. This one, Eileen purchased. Let's see. She purchased the 1.74 carat antique cushion fancy tanzanite. This one is the 2.26.
And what? We have two of them on here.
That may not have been on the show.
It might have been a different show.
Yeah. Eileen may be going through everything.
Okay. I guess I just assumed. So up next is 2.26 carat fancy cushion tanzanite. This is an exceedingly rare color, kind of peach colored, pink orange to orange pink, which in sapphire we call it pot parasha. I'm not sure this would get a pot parasha rating, but similar. But the rarity of this gem is, I mean, it's huge. Finding a tanzanite this color and this size is, if I'm lucky, 2-3 times a year. So this, of course, comes from Tanzania. It is a byproduct of the tanzanite mining. VS1 clarity, which very high clarity for this gem. Appraised price, there doesn't really have an appraised price. There's so few material you can't really set a price on it. But our price online is $2,060. And with the 15% off, it's $1,751 or $775 a carat. This is a color that I'll buy anytime I can find it. Like I say, over the last year, maybe had 2 or 3 stones in a similar color range. I don't know we've had anything this big or this nicely cut. Just really, really nice, fancy tanzanite. Tough to get, and hopefully we'll find more. I have greens to cut, but anything in the pinks, the peaches, are just some of the rarest of the fancy tanzanites. And next up, another unique sapphire, kind of slightly greenish yellow. And big thing about this gem is no treatment. Most sapphires are treated. Probably 80% or more are heated. And the difference in value, I made a little chart here. When you look at heat treated versus non-heat treated, in blues and pinks, which are the only thing that the guide really prices as far as unheated or heated, the difference is 2 times. So if a stone is heated and it's $1,000 a carat, the unheated version that looked the same is $2,000 a carat. Much to do with a collector's market that is really into unheated gems, and they understand the rarity of stones that aren't heated, because we really require heat treatment to get much of the sapphires and many of the gems that we have. Without heat treatment, there would be so little of it that there'd be tough to even be a market for it. Heat treatment in tanzanites and sapphires, rubies, it's just the major percentage of them are heat treated. So getting stones that aren't treated is kind of a special thing. So this stone weighs 3.07 carat, comes from Madagascar, price of $7,080, and our online price $3,510. And with the 15% off, it's $29.84 or $972 a carat. Get that straight. Maybe. Yeah, nice color, just really well cut. It's a brilliant style emerald cut. Just has lots of life. It's rated SI1 clarity, but eye clean stone. It has a veil in it that in the video I'm sure you can find it, but when you wear it, it's just not going to be visible. It's a unique color for sapphire. And that's what we're really focusing on getting more into sapphire, because such a wide range of color. And, I have a very good source from Sri Lanka that we've been dealing with, and we're going to do a focus on sapphire, just because we know it's the one of the most saleable of gems, or the most saleable of gems, and I think it's a nice accent to the other stone we're focusing on, which is tanzanite. They're kind of two different things, but we'll produce a lot of material, and we have the Montana sources that we can cut, so you'll be seeing a lot more sapphire from us. So we have a sale.
Yes. Bill picked up the other antique cushion fancy tanzanite, 2.26 that we just talked about.
Okay. I was confused.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, it's a great one. I think he picked up the
he's
Parajo one.
Yeah, he's got a few of them.
Yeah. So, nice, adding to the collection. Very cool.
It's a good addition for sure. Yeah. Thought it might be something you'd be interested in. So up next, this is a mind-blowing aquamarine. The color is just amazing. The marquee was nice, but this is even deeper color. And again, a beautifully cut stone, really, really brilliant.
And if you haven't noticed, we picked up a lot of really nice aquas this trip. I got to say that this is the most aquas we've had in, I don't know, a year or two. Yeah. It could be ever, yeah. But they were available. We found some really beautiful ones, and just like this one is spectacular. I mean, even looking at it in person is just, like you said, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah. So, and the other factor with this one, again, it's a no treatment stone. Comes from Madagascar. There's no heating involved. You can heat them, and sometimes they get deeper color. But being unheated is special. Just like with the sapphires, there's not a lot of difference in the value of unheated for aquamarine, but maybe there should be, because you can identify that this isn't untreated, and you probably can do it with just a microscope, because there'll be some yellow color left in it, which gives you that slight tinge of green to the gem, which is what aquamarine is known for. Aquamarine is blue-green or greenish-blue. It's looking like the color of water, which is not pure blue. It's greenish-blue. So that's what this stone has, that little bit of green to it that you can ID as being a natural color. So this one weighs 6.08 carats, praise value of $10,100. Our sale price is $7,490, and with the 15% off, it's $6,367, which is $1,049 a carat. Which, when you realize the rarity of this color, there are few aquas that have this kind of beauty.
And Steve, so I know a lot of people are joining us and seeing all these amazing stones, and a lot of them may want to just collect them, but some want to be set in jewelry. Is now the time? Christmas is, 2.5 months, 3 months, 2.5 months away. What's the process if they want to get something started for Christmas?
So once you have a stone, we can, you decide you want a pendant or a ring. If there's ideas you've seen that you like, you can give those to us, or we can make recommendations to you as to how to set it. We would do computer-aided design, which is a great assistance, because what you see is what you're going to get. When you see the render that is produced from a computer-aided design, you're not going to have a whole lot of surprises when you get a ring that's finished with it, because it's pretty much going to look exactly like the render did. No surprises. And, once we produce it, we can produce a wax. You can have a wax that we can send you that you can put on your finger and get a better idea what it's going to look like. Not the easiest thing from a wax, but helpful. It's another step that helps you decide that this is the right thing for me. So once you decide that it's right for you, we can price it out for you, and you give us a go ahead. And, in 2 to 3 weeks, we can have a piece produced.
And with that, Connie wanted to know, she just wanted to see the depth of it on the finger. Could you show her, like how high that would sit off the finger, I guess?
Okay, I'll show you this. Whoop.
Not easy, I know.
Well, sure, I can do this. So there's what it looks like. And the depth, let's see.
Not easy, but
Am I getting it right?
Close, yeah.
close. There you go. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Not super high.
Yeah, I mean it's not a shallow cut stone, but I don't think it will be. For most, I don't think the height is going to bother you, depending on the style you do. It's not going to look like it's sticking way up.
An amazing ring. Oof.
Yeah, but it is. I can't think of a stone I've owned that's had a better color than this in aquamarine. I know, Eileen, we made a beautiful ring for you. Can't quite remember the color, but and there definitely is just a hint of green to it, which I think makes it a much more beautiful gem. So that green, once you heat it, that green's going to disappear. And many aquamarines need to be heated because the green is not attractive, but not the case here. No reason to heat this stone and take that green away. It just adds to the beauty of the stone. But just for an aquamarine, this is remarkably brilliant. Aqua doesn't have a real high refractive index, so it doesn't have the ability to be as brilliant as like a garnet or a sapphire, but this one you would have a hard time saying that any sapphire or garnet is any more brilliant than this. Just really well cut, and partly due with that little extra depth really helps in giving you more brilliance. Deeper stones tend to be a little more brilliant than shallow stones.
To call out Samantha, she purchased one of the blue light specials.
All right.
Tanzanites.
Nice. Thank you, Samantha.
Yeah, it's a good buy. If we can help you mount that, just let us know. We can give you some ideas. And
Yep.
yeah, because a nice size, it makes a great ring size, and will work great as a pendant also.
More people behind. Okay, Marcia. Marcia didn't purchase something from the show tonight, but we have a lot of jewelry on our site too, including estate pieces. She picked up a yellow gold rosary ring. So thank you, Marcia.
Thank you.
Cool.
Natasha, I think she went ahead, but that's what we all do. She picked up the pair of square cushion cut spinels. They're further down the show.
Oh yeah, those
Cool.
gray spinels. Yeah,
I
those
love
are
gray spinels.
yeah. No, they're cool. Yeah. So
Well,
those
we
are-
know my story about gray spinels.
Yes, he's not. Well, I mean, you got to start to like him. Now.
I've grown to like them.
Yes.
You know, when the popularity of gray spinels grew, I had a hard time growing with it. It was just something that in my past I'd never seen the beauty in it, but then everybody saw the beauty in it, and I decided what must be me, because it every stone I bought sold, you know. So, and my kids love them, you know, but we all don't love everything. You know, we have colors we like. And, you know, I'm so long in the business that I'm stuck into what was traditional in the past. And I'm working on getting better at it. And I have, you know, I realize that I don't know everything. And I have to look at what the market is telling me. And the market tells me that that color in spinel is what people want. So we've bought several. I think we have maybe 6 or 8 stones. I think 3 of them on the show tonight,
Yeah, and-
including this pair.
And I might as well just drop a little hint. If anybody does like these gray spinels, there may be one hiding here somewhere. So it's a nice one too. So
Matching
So,
one,
yeah.
Natasha.
yeah, whoever's watching, there's a little hint for you. So
You know,
and
and
the spinel, I think I first saw it like 7 or 8 years ago. My wife has a gray spinel ring. I just love the color. It's just I don't know,
Yeah.
it's just very clean, I feel. But
so during the show, we purchased these, which are actually more blue than the gray spinels. Let's see if I can. These are kind of blue to blue green. So this is rough to cut. So there you can kind of see the color of these. They're not really gray. They're definitely bluer. These come from Mahenge. Mahenge is producing spinels, produced pink spinels, which took off, and now you can't touch pink spinels for under 3,000-4,000 a carat. And they also produced some cobalt spinels. And you talk about expensive. Cobalt spinels can be 10,000, 15,000 a carat and more. You know, so it's spinels become kind of a crazy market. These, I think, will cut very nicely. We'll see shortly. You know, I'll get started cutting on these and sometime in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see just how well we did on these blue spinels. Let's see.
this time it was the battery.
and Steve,
Yeah.
with talking about cutting, you know, a lot of people are new to you. They don't know why you're so popular and why people notice you everywhere. So can you talk about like your cutting machines you use and that kind of
Sure.
thing?
So I've been cutting since the early 1980s. You know, when I was traveling on the road selling wholesale, I'd cut at night in my hotel room. And so I've been cutting a long time. And, you know, I've gone through many different machines. And currently back here is the Ultratech V5, which is the machine that I currently recommend because it is really the finest machine on the market. And one of the few that is available and will be available in the future, because most of the companies, the machines that I bought, they're out of business, you know, and the big reason is because fastening machines is not a huge business. There's, you know, you're not going to sell 1,000 of them in a year. Yeah, maybe Ultratech does, but that's because they're a company that is diversified. You know, fastening machines is not the biggest part of their business. They produce other equipment, and the faceting machine is just one facet of their business. So they've been around for 55 years. They're probably going to be around for another 55 years to support you with parts and adjustments on your machines. So it is the only faceting machine that I currently can recommend. It just does a great job of faceting. You can look at all the stones on our website. Everything tonight, none of this have we faceted. These are all stones that were faceted by others. But the next show, everything probably will be stones that we cut, and you can see just the ability of this machine to produce a beautiful faceted stone. And when you're a new faceter, people want to find a machine that is inexpensive. They don't want to put a lot of money into it. But that's the downfall of most faceters, because if you don't have a quality machine to help you as a novice, the likelihood you're going to drop out of the trade because a machine that is not calibrated correctly and capable of doing what is required, it's going to become necessity that you as the faceter have to do much of the work. And as a new faceter, you just are incapable of doing that. So to start on a machine of lesser quality than this is going to be a very, very difficult. So you just have to really put the money up front and, decide you're going to get into this either as a hobby or as a trade. And, for $5,500, you're into business and you're going to be capable of producing high quality stones very quickly. And particularly with all the help that we give you online in showing you how to use this machine. So if you ever thought about getting into the trade or getting into it as a hobby, this is a machine you want to get involved in.
Good lead into this stone. And
yes. And our future.
The equipment that we just got. You want to discuss that a little bit?
Sure. So this next gem, this is a fantasy cut ametrine. So you can see fantasy cutting produces a really different kind of brilliance, a unique type of brilliance that many, many people are interested in these days. And Ultratech also produces a fantasy machine. We'll be doing an unboxing of our fantasy machine, and over the next few weeks, I'm going to hopefully learn how to do fantasy cutting. Their fantasy machine goes right along with the Ultratech V5, which is the machine behind me. They work together in tandem, and you can produce cutting like this and many, many variations that these concave facets will produce a very unique type of brilliance that's different than any flat faceted stone. So that said, this is a fantasy cut ametrine, which ametrine works really well with this style of faceting just because it's already a unique stone, and whatever you do to it is going to end up being just a very unique piece. So this is a 73 karat fantasy cut ametrine. Comes to us from Bolivia is the source for ametrine. And these are natural, untreated gems. And this particular stone has very high clarity, VS1. This was cut by one of our suppliers that we've used for some time. And not only did we get this faceted stone, I'll show you we got some nice rough material to produce both faceted and hopefully fantasy cut ametrines. So this ametrine appraises at $5,405. Our price online is $2,490, and with the 15% off, it's $2,117, which is $29 a carat. Hard to beat that price-wise, for sure.
Doesn't matter anymore.
It did.
Martha came in and swooped it up.
Well, it's a cool stone. Yeah. I hope I can produce things of similar quality. As you'll see in the next piece coming up, we did buy some rough and got very lucky and got some nice ametrine rough that I'll be working with over the next many years.
And I don't know if you mentioned it, that Steve, you do have like videos of all your, if people want to learn to cut on YouTube. And this is another reason, if you want to see this new machine that Steve's going to be unboxing, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel right down below. Hit that bell and you'll be notified every time that he does a new video. A lot of cool educational videos, and we do a lot of, anytime we release new gems, we'll be posting them on YouTube as well. So definitely subscribe. And if you haven't yet, hit that little thumbs up button. We really would appreciate it. Helps us out. And Mike likes when we get over 100 likes. So if you could just hit that little thumbs up.
All right. Yeah, I knew that was a saleable stone. I was a little worried about the size because it is a big stone and it adds up because of the weight. But the cut was just beautiful, and we bought this rough and our supplier had, I don't know, she probably had 10 ametrines maybe.
Cut?
Yeah, the cut ones, yeah. And we bought a couple of them. So, that's a special stone, and it goes along. And how long are we going to, hopefully we can keep it for a few extra days because we're doing our unboxing of the fantasy machine, and we'd like to have this to go along with showing what ametrine fantasy cut looks like. So, all right, but we'll try and get that yet this week and free that stone up. Okay, next up, talk about ametrine rough. This is a really beautiful piece that Michael bought 1 kilo and I bought 1 kilo of it. And, what was special about these, this is the epitome of what I look for constantly from my suppliers, to find material like this, because this will cut a great stone. My whole kilo is very similar to this. But this kind of separation of the colors is really what you need to produce a great stone. I mean, this has remarkable potential for a faceted gem. And I'll be happy if nobody buys it, just because I know I could take this stone and I could make something remarkable about it, just because of the strong separation of the colors.
Yeah, Steve told me, he's like, you sure you want to, be selling the rough? But, this trip, like Steve said, we bought a couple kilos. He bought 1 kilo. And then I was thinking, there wasn't a whole lot of crystals and minerals out there. But she had another kilo of this ametrine that, like Steve said, is, we just are always looking for this type of separation, not necessarily that 50-50, but almost that radioactive symbol look, So I bought the kilo and I'm offering some pieces right now. I've got, I think 3 are online. I have some more, but I kind of cherry picked these for the show. They were nice pieces. But yeah, they'll cut a great gem, just like that concave faceted gem you just saw. So if you are a cutter and you want a nice piece of rough.
Yeah, this weighs over 100 carats.
Right. Yeah.
The yield is going to be 30% just because they're so blocky. People talk about blocky rough being exactly what you want, but it's generally low yield just because you got to cut a lot of it away. You're probably going to end up with 35% yield out of it, maybe 40, but, so you're going to get still a 35, 40 carat stone out of it. Yeah. So, and could be remarkable. So, ametrine from Bolivia.
You want to show it in the camera?
No.
No.
It's
What's that? Oh, it's stored away.
yeah, it's hard to, but you can,
Yeah, the video is better.
yeah,
You want to show just the size of it though?
sure. So you can see the color split there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a perfect piece of rough. I could do something special with this.
Yeah, you don't want to give that one up.
Yeah, I mean, it's questionable, I would say. All right, up next.
Well, before we go into that, so
Huh?
so Mike started cutting this year.
Yes.
Have you cut any ametrine yet? Or is this
Not
your
yet.
first
No.
time to
Well,
cut?
you know, I mean, that's kind of why I bought the kilo too. You know, I'm gonna cut some of it as well. But you know, we've got all of it, and I wanted to share some of that, so that's why I put that up. And a kilo of rough, it's quite a bit of material. Like Steve, we'll be cutting it for years. So,
All right.
yeah, you
But
guys
it's
make,
great
you guys
stuff,
make me
though.
feel bad now, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be talking about it.
I know. I'll be like, oh, what did I do? What? But no. I think it's cool stuff. So yeah, if any cutters have an opportunity to snag a piece or two, I think it's a good opportunity.
So up next, another special stone. This is pink sapphire. And this is another no treatment stone, natural color unheated. And this is again a case where in pink sapphire, the value of unheated is double the value of heated. So this one weighs 2.04 carats. And as we talked about before, you know, once you get over 2 carat in pink sapphires, it jumps about 30% per carat. So not only being over 2 carat more valuable than a smaller stone, the unheated doubles the value of pink sapphire. And this is really, you know, we heat because it generally improves the color of the stone, particularly a lot of the Madagascar material. You know, it just is not as desirable until it's heated. But this one came out of the ground, this beautiful color, and so it becomes a more valuable stone. So appraised value on this is $12,180. Our online price $55.10. And with the 15% off, it's $46.84, which comes out to $22.96 a carat. Really a beautiful color of pink. And nicely cut, just very, very brilliant stone. Okay. All right, that's pink sapphire. Heated or unheated. No treatment.
All right.
Okay, we have a sale.
Yes. Vicky, I'm so happy you picked this up. I know you were having some questions about it, but really cool. This is the one I didn't know about. She picked up the pear-shaped rainbow moonstone.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Very
great.
nice.
That's crazy
Thanks,
colors
Vicky. Yeah,
on that. Yeah.
it's a great stone.
Yeah.
I really like those.
So Vicky, yeah, if you want to do something with it, we can hold on to it or we can ship it to you. You know, I think you had some questions about the type of mounting you wanted with it. So we'd be happy to, you know, design something. So
Yeah, and you know, you can talk to Alice. Alice is really, really good at what she does, and she's very helpful in getting you to what you desire, for sure. So, all right, up next is that's one of our hidden gems.
Jeffrey, the hidden gem number, is this number 2? Number 3?
Number 3. Okay,
I don't know.
It live now. So everybody with the hidden gems, it's 25% off with coupon code RARE25. You go to MoreGems.com and look at all the stones that we had on the show tonight. Hit that refresh button. This one will show up and take 25% off that price listed.
So pretty incredible gem. This is a beautiful color. This comes from Sri Lanka. It is known as Ceylon. That's previous name, Sri Lanka and Ceylon. Ceylon sapphires were known as the finest available. And at least until Madagascar started producing. You know, in the early years when Madagascar was producing, the Sri Lankans were buying everything, and they didn't tell anybody it was from Madagascar. They said it was all Ceylon stones. Somewhat difficult to separate the locales, but it is possible. But this one does come from Sri Lanka, and just nice brilliance, a beautiful color. You know, it's not that deep sapphire blue. Many people love these lighter medium colors in sapphires. And this being over 3 carat, it's really quite the gem. Really excellent cut. Good clarity. I mean, as you can look at it here, you don't really see what's in it. There is something in it, but I'm not sure where it's at. So beautiful brilliance, just a beautiful color. And with 25 off, price on this is $92.70. $5,900 is our price online. And where is this? 307, 309. Okay, with the 25 off is $4,225 or $1,432 a carat.
Show the size of that on the hand.
I will do that. With any luck. Whoop.
There we go.
Got it. All right. It's really a lovely color. Nice brains. Make a great ring. All right. 3.09 carat Sri Lankan sapphire. Another top quality aqua. Pear shape that weighs 2.75 carats. This one comes from Madagascar. I don't know about that heat treatment. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, and whether this locality was on there, I just assumed Madagascar. I'm not sure.
All right.
Because I don't know whether you had the locality, but for some reason I was thinking it was Madagascar. But we'll have to double check that.
Yeah, I don't quite remember who we bought this from. It wasn't Pepe?
Could have been. I don't remember.
Because then it would be untreated.
Right.
But we'll look into the treatment a little more. But it is really another beautiful colored aqua. And also nicely cut. You know, cutting worldwide is getting better. Although we saw a lot of poorly cut stones, but we know better than to buy those. Otherwise, I have to recut them, which is trying not to recut as many stones these days.
Well, if everything was cut great, it would make our job a lot easier for finding great stones,
Yeah.
because a majority of the stuff that we're looking at, we have to reject because of, due to the cutting or another factor. So when we're out there, like at this Asia show, I mean, there are literally just so many gems, and we just go through them all, and we only select very few, that meet our standards. So this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, and cutting is critical, and we look very, very close at the stones. That's part of Michael's job. Is once I look at a stone, and his eyes are better than mine, so he'll look at the cut and make sure there's no issues with it, and that the polish is really good. And I think we did a really good job. It was only a couple stones I had to do repairs on this time. But this beautiful color aquamarine, another top quality stone. Appraise price on this $2,840. Our online price $2,470, and with the 15% off, it is $2,100 or $764 a carat. It's just very, very hard to find aquas with this depth of color and overall beauty of the stone. No secondary colors. A lot of aquas you look at have a gray secondary tone, which decreases their value significantly. A lot of material that came from Mozambique was a little bit on the gray side. But these are just nice, crisp, beautiful blue gems. Did I do a size on this? I didn't.
And I don't know if you have the other aqua available, or Connie, if you could clarify which, she wanted to see two aquas side by side, but we had a marquee and there was also a trilliant. So if you could let us know which other one you wanted to see, we could kind of show that.
They don't get much more brilliant than this in an aquamarine. Whoop. All right. It's been one of those days where I've been dropping everything. So I can show them quickly with the other two. Pretty similar. I think the trillion's probably still deeper color of the two. Yeah, not far apart. Similar. Trillion definitely a little deeper in color. And same here. I mean, this marquee is a little deeper in color, but very, very close. All of them beautiful, beautiful gems. All right. Okay, next gem up is another sphene, a little greener this time. again from Madagascar. And again, remarkable dispersion. Uh-oh.
I'll have to look into that. The issues we're having here today.
So this sphene weighs 4.41 carats. VS2 clarity, I mean, there's something very, very minor in it. Sphenes are typically not treated. This particular stone, our online price is $1,680. And with the 15% off, it's $1,428 or $324 a carat. Hopefully we get our camera back here. And as it turns around, you can see the little crystals that are in it that gives it its VS2 grading. But things that naked eye, it's just not something you're going to see. There we go. And again, really extraordinary dispersion in this stone. You know, you can just see all the different colors that are coming out of it. These, for sure, are some of the best sphenes that we've seen. You know, it's all about the dispersion for sphene.
Some of our first purchases, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, we left our sapphire people, and just a couple booths away were these sphene people. Just kind of surprised me to see so much sphene. Yeah, there's just not another gem you can buy that has this kind of dispersive qualities. We own some other sphenes, but they're not like this. Got one big one from Madagascar that has dispersion like this, 16 karat, I think. Well, we bought another small parcel from Zimbabwe, wasn't it? Yeah. But they just don't display this kind of dispersion. So, remarkable sphene from Madagascar. All right, up next. Up, and it is one of our hidden gems, Jeff.
Hidden gem.
Yeah.
It's the gray spinel. Yep. So those of you who like that gray spinel,
Vicky, if you want another gray spinel.
this one's pretty sweet, I gotta say. I do like this stone.
The cutting
Not
is
Vicky,
really, really good.
Natasha picked up the other ones. All right, everybody. So if you have been looking at the category on MoreGems.com where all of our stones are today, if you hit refresh, this new spinel will now be shown. 25% off. There's only one of them. It's amazing. I think I uploaded the wrong, or I think I launched the wrong one here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a preview.
Yes. Let me see here. Mike's got. Let's see. Cut. No, that wasn't it. What was it? Spinel.
Spinel. I made it
I'm gonna look for
challenging.
this real quick.
Made it challenging for Jeff today. I didn't put them all on a line. I kind of mixed them in. So bear with us.
So, and this is a gem that has nice dispersion also. You can see it in the. You know, I don't know what the dispersive characteristic of spinel is offhand. You know, when you look at the gem books, there'll be a dispersion number that'll tell you just what the potential of dispersion is in particular gems. But you can see that it has good dispersion, and this gem is really, really well cut. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ann. Thanks for joining in tonight.
So another really nice gray spinel. Really nice. It's one of the nicer gray spinels we've owned. I did go through all the pricing on that, I
Don't
think.
need to anymore.
Yeah. So we had another sale.
Yep.
Was it a gray spinel?
Bill picked up this gray spinel.
Okay, cool.
Nice. Thanks,
Cool
Phil.
color.
It's a good one.
It is. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, that's
All right, moving right along. Thanks, Phil. Another aqua, and I love the shape. You know, this shape is just one that I love mounting them because you can do almost anything, and it produces a unique piece that's highly saleable. You know, you can run a few diamonds down the side. You can do it plain. You can do it as a pendant. There's so many things you can do, and just because of this long shape, it gives you a unique looking piece that becomes a very saleable gem for us. So I got this, and I don't know what else I got. I got a tanzanite, this kind of long shape, which is not in the show tonight, but
Did you end up picking up that Heliodor or no? I think there's a.
Oh yeah, it had a problem. Yeah, so this is just one of my favorite shapes, and I buy them whenever I can. And this is a really nice aqua. You know, it's not as deep color as the others, but it's not the price either. You know, so this gets into a more reasonable price in aqua in a color that we tend to expect from aquamarine. You know, we don't expect those really deep colors. That Santa Maria color is not something you typically see in aqua. This is much more what we would expect, and in a finer color than what's typically out there in aquamarine. So this one weighs 8.49 carats, very well cut, comes from Madagascar, is not heated. So this is a natural color from Madagascar. And appraised price on it of $3,955. Our sale price $1,915, and with the 15% off, it is $1,628 or $192 a carat. Just really, really nice aqua. This is what people will recognize as aquamarine color. You know, those others we've shown you are unbelievable colors for aqua, but they are aqua and highly desirable because of it. But this is a beautiful gem, and you know, something that's going to make a really lovely ring. Which it's just a nice size stone, showing on a normal size hand. So actually a big ring, but definitely not too big. Just a very, very pretty color in aquamarine. Next is another sapphire, and this is a beautiful yellow. Again, this is an untreated stone, so which increases its value basically double over what a treated stone would be. You know, this is just a really, really lovely yellow color. Weighs 2.41 carats. Again, really nicely cut. Excellent brilliance. High clarity. This is VS1 clarity, which in sapphire, typically sapphire will have some inclusions, you know, but this is really, really a clean gem. Appraised price on this is $6,870. Our online price of $44.65, and with the coupon code Asia, this stone is $3,795, which comes out to $1,575 a carat. Just a beautiful 2.5 carat pair of sapphire from Madagascar.
Grass Dancer likes that one. It's a beauty.
It's a beauty. Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Stacy wants to know. She wants to know how many carats the rectangular aqua was, which I can go right back to that one just to show that real quick.
It was 8.49 carats. 8.5 carats, basically. Really pretty stone. And our next gem is another aqua. And it's a hidden gem, really. So this probably was the best bargain that we bought in aquamarines for sure.
Jeffrey, he's sleeping over there.
No, you know what?
Hidden gem, Jeffrey.
Listen, we
Yeah,
got,
fire that
we got
guy.
chat going. We got everything. I'm trying to respond.
Yeah, you're scrolling on Instagram over there.
Do I have to get you an assistant?
No, multitasking over here. This is probably the stone I accidentally
made live
launched
earlier. Somebody might have gotten a preview
Is
for
it,
this
the, is
one.
it the heart?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
been there.
Yeah.
It's there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm ahead of you guys. All right.
So this really, it's excellent color, high clarity stone, weighs 2.43 carats, and $790 is our sale price online, and with the 25% off, it is $593 or $244 a carat. Just really well cut stone. In a heart shape, which I used to cut hearts, and maybe I'll get back to cutting hearts again, but they're definitely a bit of a challenge. But look at the color of this stone. I mean, this is really a beautiful color for aquamarine. I just think it's a bargain for what it is. Well cut, bright, really great color. Not quite Santa Maria color, but not far. Yeah, I really think it's one of those stones in the 400 a carat price range for aqua is where it should be.
Yeah, so I seen Jill Carter just said the heart would be such a special something blue for a bride on her wedding day. Not a bad idea.
Okay. Nice size stone, make a great ring. Just beautiful color for aquamarine. You know, one thing I've noted, and for those of you that buy aquamarine, just keep in mind, because of the, as stones get into a lower refractive index, you need to work at keeping them cleaner. Aquamarine with its refractive index, when you get film and stuff on the back of it, and this is true of all gems, that soap film and hand lotion and all that stuff will affect the brilliance of these stones dramatically, and even more so with aquamarine, particularly because of a lower refractive index. It will be affected quicker by this. When you have a diamond, it can hold up better to all the dirt and grime that goes on the back of it, and won't be quite as affected as quickly. Eventually it'll be affected too, and it will just kill the brilliance. You just have to work at keeping these stones clean if you really want them to look great. We get so many people bringing their jewelry into the store, and I look at it and I go, I know there's a good stone in there, but all the stuff that's on the stone has just muted the brilliance so much. People get used to it. They see it day after day, and it gets less brilliant and less brilliant, and they forget how brilliant it really is till we clean them, and they go, oh my God, I can't believe that stone. So work at keeping your stones clean. You can do that with a toothbrush. If your mounting's open, just get into the back of it and wiggle it around and clean them up, and you'll be amazed at just really what you own. All right. We have a sale.
Yes. Eileen came and swooped up this heart.
Okay, good.
She's
Nice.
quick.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah.
Eileen.
That might have been my fault.
Veterans
It'll
of the
go
show.
with your ring somehow. Yeah. Yeah. Make a cool pendant.
My mistake.
All right. Next stone up. Kind of a unique gem. We talked about party color. This is really a beautiful bicolor in sapphire. Getting a bicolor split like this in sapphire is quite unusual. It's yellow and blue and green. It's kind of the yellow and the blue mixing into the green coloration.
Yeah, I think these have a really interesting look to it, and I think they're super unique. And somebody was talking about the party colors out of Australia before, and I think that Australia gets some yellows and bluish greens like this too. But I'm not sure whether it's at this intensive saturation or not. I haven't seen.
I don't see much from anywhere else that's quite like what comes out of Madagascar. This is a nice size stone, again, over 3 carats. As I mentioned before, you get into 3 carat sizes, you get into a rarer class. So they're typically, in blues, they're 40% more than a 1 carat per carat. And even in pinks, I think it was even greater than that. Price was... so once you get to... in pinks, it was 50% greater price, a 3 carat over a 1 carat. So a 1 carat that was 1,000 a carat, you're now 1,500 a carat in a 3 carat size. So they do go up significantly as the carat weight gets greater. So this one, again, weighs 3.06 carat. It is heat-treated stone, VS2 clarity. So a nice high clarity, something in it, but very, very minor. And just a really nice split of colors. As you get these in different lights, they'll show differently. I would guess that daylight will probably show it the best, but just a unique sapphire. It'd make a great engagement ring. I mean, just something unique for the rest of your life. And the good thing about sapphire is the durability of it. Diamond has greater hardness than sapphire, although sapphire will be the next in hardness to diamond. But when it comes to toughness, which is the other durability factor, sapphire outdoes diamond. Because diamond has a cleavage plane, and every jeweler has seen his share of split diamonds, because you hit them just right and they'll break in half. And that's not a characteristic that you're going to find in sapphire. Sapphire is just a very, very tough gem and hard. So,
Hey, Steve.
uh-huh.
Quick question. The aquamarine from earlier, or aquamarine in general, can you put that in ultrasonic cleaner?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Aquas will ultrasonic clean, no problem. And there are many gems that you can put in the ultrasonic, including tanzanite. We ultrasonic them regularly. The caution is an ultrasonic cleaner that runs for a long time becomes hot. And this can be a factor that can damage stones, taking them from room temperature to sometimes up to 200 degrees. That sudden heat shock can damage certain stones. So you just want to, when you put a stone in ultrasonic, you just want to make sure it's not hot. Sapphires will take the heat. Aquamarine will probably be no problem with a heat shock also. So you just need to be a little careful with ultrasonic, but ultrasonic, if you're ever curious whether you can ultrasonic a stone, you can email us or text us or call us, and we can tell you what stones can go in the ultrasonic and what can't.
And regarding tanzanite, I think that, I don't know, to a certain point, I would, a certain size range, you kind of want to be cautious or put it into, we have a couple different strengths of ultrasonics. We have the industrial strength one we use a lot, which does get hot, and then one that's not as violent. So we try and put the larger stones into one that's a little less risky. I mean, it'd probably be okay, but when you're talking that amount of money just to
it's a risk
to clean it like that, when you could get into it and with a toothbrush, a lot safer. Sometimes you might want to go that route, but it's case by case. So.
Yeah, how much do you want to risk? And
right.
And we've risked some expensive stones because sometimes they're in mountings that, there is no other way to get them clean than put them in an ultrasonic. So, we often have taken the risk, and I have found to this point that there's been no risk with the ultrasonic. The other case is we use two machines. We use an ultrasonic, we use a steam cleaner. And on diamonds, you ultrasonic it, and then you take the steam and you blow them off with the steam. Many, many colored stones will not take that heat shock of steam. So you have to be very, very careful with steam. Sapphire is one that can take it, but tanzanite, you would never ultrasonic. It will fracture them.
He meant steam. You'll never steam them.
Steam,
So
yes.
ultrasonic, okay.
Steam.
In many cases, steam never.
Yes.
And that's with a majority of the colored stones. I've been working in the shop for many years, and even to the point with some sapphires, I don't need to steam it always. Sapphires, it should be fine, but any other colored stones, I don't put it to the steam. It's just not worth it.
Avoid steam. Yeah, is the best case. If it's not a diamond, just don't steam it.
I have one more question.
Uh-huh.
I know it's going to be no. Natasha wanted to know if there was, because it's just so rare, but if there possibility of getting a matching bicolor sapphire like this.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
We have one similar.
yeah, yes. Getting two to match. I mean, we have a really good supplier, and if that's something you're after, we can throw it out there, and if they come across something, I won't say it's impossible, but It's almost impossible, because these are so unique as they are. There's such a low percentage of stones that produce a gem like this. And to think you're going to get two to match is pretty remote, but we've had, how many bicolors? We had 3 in the last year.
I think we bought a thinner one.
Yeah.
Elongated, that's got this similar coloration. I don't know whether it's in the show or not. It might be.
No, I
in the
don't
show.
think it is. It in the show? I'm not sure. Okay.
Maybe another bicolor. Yeah. But not to where it matches.
Where they'd match. Oh, and there's another one.
Yeah, we have a.
We have an emerald cut.
Another emerald cut.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the show.
No, okay.
Yeah. The oval was different enough. Really? Okay. More to come. Nothing matches, though. You're just going to have to get used to a pair of earrings that doesn't quite match. Which can work. Yeah, that would be. So here's maybe the only tanzanite in the show other than the fancy. But this is extraordinary. I mean, this is just an amazing tanzanite. It's rare that we have this kind of quality of tanzanite, although I did buy quite a bit of rough, which I will show you a few pieces here shortly.
Okay, in the ultrasonic?
We'll pass on the ultrasonic on this one. You're getting this kind of value. And, I've had tanzanites do strange things to me. I had one when these two were just kids, that just the heat of breaking the wax, which is not a lot of heat involved, it fractured 100-carat stone on me. So you just never know for sure what can cause damage. There can be some stress or something that you didn't know about. And so you just want to be careful. And the more valuable they get, the more care you tend to take. And this one's pretty valuable because it's a big stone and just remarkable color. This is...
I want to say that was like 30 years ago, and I still remember.
Yeah, well, you learned some new words from me that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was 100-carat tanzanite. It's going to be 100-carat cut stone. Even at that time, it was 50 G's. So it was a tough day. I did get a 25-carat stone. I think I got close to my cost back out of it, but it was definitely a bad day. I was wondering what kind of car I was going to buy your mother after I cut that stone, and didn't work out. But anyway, this oval tanzanite has everything. I mean, its basic body color is more blue. It's 70% blue, 30% violet. It's looking a little violet in this light, but it's definitely more blue, has really good red flash. I mean, you can see it right there. You can see the red flash that's in it. It's just one of those characteristics that adds to the beauty of a gem. And you don't typically get it till you get into a larger stone. Stones under 5 carats will rarely ever show any red flash. But this is an extraordinary gem from all factors. It's extremely well cut, very, very clean stone, and the color is just to die for. This gets a rating of 982, which is, very rare to get that high of rating. So just a really great tanzanite. Weighs 38.60 carats. Praise value of $47,450. Our online price is $26,050. And with the 15 off, it's $22,143. But $574 a carat. So for a remarkable gem, there's very few tanzanites that have this kind of look. I mean, soon as I saw it, I knew I had to make it mine. But beautiful, beautiful gem. and really well priced at $574 a carat. So we did buy some rough this trip. Matter of fact, I bought quite a bit of tanzanite rough. Here's a piece too big for the screen. This one weighs over 100 carats.
Get your flashlight. It's right next to you.
So you can kind of see the colors.
So when you look at something like that, how do you know like the color that you're going to get from it?
Well, you just look at the depth of color of the piece, and I mean, you can look down the, I can't quite get it to show the light through it, but you know, as you rotate it, if I can, it's just the look of the piece. You know, it's deep color, and it has this strong reddish violet down that direction, and this is probably the blue direction. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be one of those 980 plus. You know, I'm going to say if I cut this one right, it's going to push one of those few stones that hits closer to 1,000 rating, and will be somewhere pushing close to 100 carats. If I'm lucky, I'll get 100 carat out of it. So, but be a great stone. And we got several pieces of rough, things that are going to cut 20, 30, 40 carats. So we spent quite a bit on tanzanite rough, and I got lucky to get a small parcel of 1 gram sizes, which have been tough to get. Good colors in 1 gram sizes. I think this is about 80 pieces. You know, things that are going to cut carat and a half sizes. So a lot of work, but you know, you cut them right, and I think it's going to be rewarding. Just to get some unique cuts in smaller stones. So lots of rough to come and cut tanzanites. I spent probably 1/3 of my money on rough on this trip. And while we're discussing that, here's something new. What?
Jeffrey's trying to summon you.
Oh, okay. I'm on a roll. This will be it. So this is brand new stuff. You know, this comes from Madagascar. This is chalcedony, and I used to have a ring set with a chalcedony. This is deeper color. I think this material is gonna be world famous. You know, there was I don't know how much he had. Did he have a kilo? I think he had a kilo of it.
At the show, there was definitely, we saw a few kilos for sure.
Yeah, and
But that was, I mean, it was from 2 suppliers.
yeah. So I don't cab a lot. So this came from a friend that I asked if he would sell me a few, and he did. Usually he just sells it by the kilo, but you know, so we'll cut one of those, see how it comes out. I'm sure they're just great. You know, I'd be surprised if they weren't. What? Okay, Jeff, your turn.
Connie had one more question. The pear-shaped aqua.
Uh-huh.
Where was that from, and was it also Santa Maria? Tried to look on the product page, and it didn't say where it was from.
Yeah, that's why we're not sure. We have to look into that.
Yeah.
Because I kind of guessed that it was Madagascar, but it also said it was heated. so we're not sure because the Madagascar material that we bought mostly was unheated.
Okay.
So we're
So-
going to do a little research on that.
And it's borderline Santa Maria. You could see the slight difference. In what is Santa Maria? It's again like where's pink sapphire and ruby, where's one pink sapphire and one's ruby. It's really up to the person selling it. And would I accept this as Santa Maria if somebody told me it was? I would, because it's really, really a remarkable color. It's slightly less color than the stones I absolutely call Santa Maria. So I'm good with Santa Maria. Yeah, I mean, it's a great color. It's one of those colors that you rarely get a hold of. We had a sale. Was it this Tanzanite? Make my day.
Yes. Mark picked up one of the blue light specials.
All right.
Got two
Cool.
left.
Very
Two left.
cool.
Blue
Two
light
left.
special.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, great stones.
Yeah, if you want us to do any kind of setting for you, let us know. Edward, I don't think this was on the show, but we have tons of other stones on our website. He picked up the antique cushion cut spessartite garnet, 2.72 carats.
Was that on the show?
I don't think so.
Okay.
People can shop.
Thanks.
You
Yeah,
don't have to shop
yeah.
from the show stones. We got
Yeah, we have
jewelry,
lots
we
of
got
great
gems.
stones.
Yeah.
And from this trip, you'll be seeing over the next few weeks a lot more stones that we've bought. This is a good overview. We have some backup on a lot of this material. So up next, this is Heliodor. And we've sold Heliodors before, but the bulk of Heliodor is irradiated to color. So it didn't start out as yellow at all. I think typically light blue, and they irradiate it and turns color. There's a couple sources, including this from Padre Perezo, Brazil. That was the mine name.
I think that was the town.
That was the town. Okay. That produces natural color yellow beryl. Heliodor is golden beryl, yellow beryl. Same. Heliodor means gift of the sun. So this is a beryl like aquamarine and emerald. This is just the yellow form of it. But the key here again is untreated. Untreated is a rarity in this material. By far the greatest percentage of all Heliodor has been irradiated to cause its color. So natural gem, nicely cut. Again, a marquee, little different shape for beryl. This one weighs 2.76 carats. We have no appraised price on it, but our sale price online is $1,570. And 1570, and with the 15 off, it's $1,335 or $484 a carat. Just a really beautiful Heliodor color, just a nice intensity. Again, marquee, a little different, like our marquee aqua. I mean, I really love these different shapes. Just easy to make a piece that's unique, particularly these longer length widths. It just works out well in a piece of jewelry. I guess I need to show that, huh?
Yeah, you can show real quick. Still got quite a few stones to get through, Steve.
Ooh. It's a late night. We kind of knew it. Where are we at?
You gotta adjust
All right. There, I'll give you a little better idea of how it looks. You can see nice brilliance. High clarity stone, VS1 clarity. Heliodor from Brazil. Here's my hand. Oop.
Yeah, and these, I mean, I love this yellow color. Just really intense for Heliodor. And really, and towards the tips too, it just gets really intense and great brilliance.
All right. And next is another Heliodor. 2 in a row.
Connie, we've got probably 10 plus stones, and we've actually not only one hidden gem remaining, there's actually 2. So you can look forward to those if you want to stick around. And there's a couple good ones.
So another Heliodor. Same locale, so natural, untreated color. Sale price online $1,365. 15 off, it's $1,160, $574 a carat. Nice ring size.
Tell them this is the same material as the aquamarine.
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, often, I think they're found together often too. Next Brock up.
And Richard, yeah, that marquee Heliodor, no problem to make into a man's ring.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
It would be, yeah. And if that's something you're interested in, just let us know. You can either buy the stone, we can ship it to you, you can take a look at it, and then we can start designing it around it afterwards. You just ship it back to us, and if you have any ideas, we can definitely build a man's ring.
Never thought about that.
Be cool.
Cross finger or lengthwise. Yeah, either way will work. Maybe with it, maybe better. I'm not sure. Yeah. Something to think about. All right, next stone is blue zircon. This comes from Cambodia, and this has intense color. I mean, you don't get much better color than this. Slightly greenish blue. Weighs 3.75 carats. You know, all these stones from Cambodia are definitely on the deep side cut-wise. We do our best to buy the shallowest. There were many stones we looked at that were just snow cones. They were beautiful. But how you set them becomes a question. Oh, I'm having focus problems here now.
Gotti B says, so pretty. Yeah, it is. It's that color looks like, what did Carrie say? She said, it looks like it looking into a nice swimming pool in the summer. Colleen is here. Hello, Colleen.
So this gem, appraised price, $2,815. Our sale price online, $655. And with the 15 off, it's $557 or $149 a carat. You know, we have a very good supplier for this material, and he supplies it remarkably inexpensively. That's why the huge difference you see from the appraised price to the final selling price. He is just pretty amazing when it comes to supplying us with blue zircon at the best price we've bought from anybody ever. And blue zircon, because of the high refractive index, gives you that great brilliance that you see. And, the colors you see here, this stone there's more green to it that gives this a much more beautiful color than we can represent here. It looks nice here, but when you see it in person, it is unbelievable. I guarantee it. You'll just be amazed by the color. Because this when a stone has blue and green in it like this, the video tends to try and break them apart. It's hard to get this particular color to show as it is, which is really homogeneous, but just green to the blue that you see. It's just a really beautiful, beautiful color. Blue zircon from Cambodia. And up next is a match pair. Very, very similar stones, and it is a hidden gem. Jeffrey, you with us?
I am.
All right.
We got another hidden gem here, huh? All right, like before, everybody. If you go to Best Price,
Where is it? If you go to Best Price
company.
Nutrition,
Yes.
a little
Company I
promotion
work with.
for your company, huh? Not on our time.
You go to MoreGems.com and you click on that green banner. It's going to show you, take you to the page with all of our gemstones that we've been talking about on the show tonight. Now, the hidden gem here is going to be 25% off with coupon code RARE25. It's actually a pair for 25% off. So I'm going to go through. It's not live yet. I'm going to go through and put this live here. So now, if you're on that page, all you got to do is refresh, and this new pair of blue zircon should be shown. Again, you can use coupon code RARE25 for 25% off.
So this pair weighs 7.84 carats, praise value of $5,880. Our online price $1,990. With the 25 off, it's $1,493 or $190 a carat. Yes, it's hard to beat the brilliance of blue zircon. Beautiful match pair.
And I want to thank everybody tonight for joining us, sticking with us for so long. We've got 81 viewers right now, still chugging along with us, looking at these sweet gems. If you're enjoying the show, we'd love it if you give us that thumbs up. Leave a comment in the chat. Give us a little gem emoji. Show us you're here and still watching.
So next gem up is just a beautiful sapphire. This gem weighs 3.06 carats. Beautifully cut. Comes from Sri Lanka. Praise price on this, $22,000. Sale price online, $11,860. And with 15% off, it is just over 10 grand. $3,294 a carat. And this color in person is just to die for. It's just as beautiful of sapphire as you can find. Good high clarity. It's a VS2 clarity. There's minor things in it, but very minor. Nicely cut, great brilliance. And what you see there, it's actually a deeper color in person than what you're seeing on screen. Really a top color gem.
Sweet. I seen them gems in the chat. Thank you guys. The hype man.
All right, next up. That's our first set of morganites. This is a really nice set of morganites. Just beautiful color. Just as near perfect of intensity as you can get in a morganite. Just that top peach color. And just a trio that matches remarkably well. So this is the peach form of beryl, just like aquamarine and heliodor. This material comes from Brazil. The set weighs 28.26 carats, appraised value of $16,990. Our online price of $84.80.
What would you do with this? Would you pair earrings and a ring, pair earrings and pendant,
Yeah,
matching
that's
rings?
the gist of it.
Mothers, daughters. Yeah.
That's a thought. Yeah.
Morganite's hard enough for ring.
Yeah, you can. It's going to be tough to damage. You know.
It's just like the barrel. You want to keep it clean.
Yep. Same situation as the aqua. You just have to think about cleanliness. So this pair with the 15 off is $7,208, $255 a carat.
All right, MBF, hit us with a gem in the chat. Thank you.
Morganite is one of my favorite gems. I've always loved this color range. You know, and if you've seen our video of cutting the 300 carat stone, that's one of my favorite gems ever. Just really a great color, and yeah, it mounts up so pleasantly. These are all VS1 clarity, and just really a perfect match as a set. You can see all the colors are just near identical.
Wow, it's like really realistic.
What's
I'm sorry.
Oh, the hand. I wonder what that was. Yeah, it is pretty good, isn't it? I wonder if we can take our fingerprints.
Let's see. It does have a fingerprint.
Does it? Okay, get back to these. Yeah. Really lovely set of morganites. Next up is...
I'm going to hit us with the hidden gem.
Ooh.
Jeffrey.
This is a pretty sweet hidden gem.
It is special.
All right, another hidden gem. This one is amazing. I think I saw it before the show. Yes, I think Max was Max was asking. Max was asking if we had any more hidden gems left, and I believe this is the last one.
That was it.
So I'm going to load this one up for everybody. You probably heard my spiel earlier, but if you go to the page on MoreGems.com that has all the stones that we talked about on the show tonight, if you go to that page, and I'm going to load it up right now. If you refresh that page, this thing's just astonishing. Trillion Ametrine will be there. And if you're the first one to get it, you can take 25% off with Rare 25.
So this ametrine weighs 49 carats, appraised value of $36.20, online $17.90, and with the 25 off is $1,343. Comes out to $27 a carat. Really a remarkable gem for the money.
Show the size of it there. Look at that colors.
Well, if I can get it straight. Try this. Huh. So it's me and the camera.
Hold it closer to the camera too. See if they can hide your face. Yeah, I wish you didn't have to.
Nice blend of colors, and that's what this rough we just bought. You know, we're going to be able to get some more stones like this. Not sure if the rough we bought's going to cut. Yeah, we could cut it like this.
And just to, because you're bringing that up, speaking of the rough, big nice piece of rough that Michael, sorry, you didn't get to cut, was sold to Carl. Carl
Sweet.
bought that rough.
Carl, I hope you cut something really cool out of it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful stuff, for sure.
All right, there's the ametrine from Bolivia.
So was it the 24 carat or 24 gram? Because we've got this piece of rough here. I got a few pieces of rough online.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Oh, did we just add that one? It was the 23.35 grams.
Okay, that could have been the one earlier. That
From
was my
earlier,
first.
yes.
Yeah.
Pinwheel looking one, yep.
All right, here's the next piece of rough Michael's offering. So this one's 24.59 grams, $462. And really a great split on this one too, Michael. I think I better go through your parcel and pick out the ones I want.
Jeffrey, we got a sale.
Yes. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this name right. I think it's just Margaret. But she picked up that hidden gem that we just talked about, that
Ametrine. Yeah,
Nice.
it's a special piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Margaret.
All right, and this piece of lovely ametrine rough, $462, 25 grams, so it weighs 125 carats. I think that's right. 125 carats.
Yeah.
So the potential on this stone is probably a 50 carat finished gem. So, and just really good split. You know, this is what I look for in this ametrine rough is getting a split like this, because it's easy to work with, and most anything you do with it, you know, it's going to produce a special cut stone. And there are things you have to be careful of, but where the colors meet is probably where you want the culet of the stone. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to push it on
Yeah.
anybody.
It's okay,
It's
Steve.
too
We've
good a
got,
piece
a
of
little
rough.
bit of it.
I know I have a lot, but it's not often you get a chance to buy this quality of rough material for sure.
So disappoint Steve and buy this piece of rough.
Yeah, if you're a cutter, you should own it for sure. All right, next gem is kind of a lovely color and a unique color, one that we don't see often. This is another beryl. It's a green beryl. And one of those that maybe if you heat it, it would turn blue. Why would you do that? Yes, you wouldn't do that. And that's a unique color. It's not going to, as a blue stone, it's not going to get darker. You're just going to lose that lovely secondary color. So, beautiful gem, weighs 3.11 carats, comes from Madagascar, no treatments involved. This is natural color as it came out of the ground. Praise price of $1,490, our online price of $1,150, and with the 15% off, this stone is $978, so $314 a carat. Very durable gem, unique color, just lovely brilliance, and just would make a really a great ring stone is what I would recommend with it.
Yeah, I got to say, this is one of my favorite stones of the trip. I just really find that color to be very pleasing to me, especially down towards the tip. I think I don't know, something about it.
Yeah, I think the girls liked it too that looked at it. Green beryl. And we had a sale.
Yes, I assume that Phil likes beryl. So Phil picked up the golden beryl, a Heliodor Trilliant, and this green beryl.
Yeah.
So
Very nice.
awesome pick.
Yeah, cool.
Both.
Thank you, Phil.
Crazy cool colors.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, did you get a Morganite yet, Phil? All right, next up, another pink sapphire. This just has really the epitome of what I consider pink. Just a beautiful, beautiful color. Carat 1. This stone is heat treated. Comes from Madagascar. But just the purest of pinks. I don't know why this camera is a problem again, Mike.
Just fix the focal length.
Yeah, it's just having a hard time focusing.
It's the smaller stones.
I don't know. Wasn't a problem before. But anyway, pink, I did a little research on coloring agents of sapphires. And these pinks, like ruby, our coloring agent is chromium. And apparently the amount of chromium somewhat determines how deep the color of red ends up being. Some of the other colors, blue or titanium and iron, are the coloring agents. Yellow is iron. White is the absence of any trace elements. So it's just pure corundum and no secondary trace elements, and you get a colorless corundum. Purple may be vanadium as the coloring agent. Green is iron, and orange is chrome and iron.
When you say coloring agent, natural, like color, that's like,
Yeah. This is what was in the ground when these formed that gave them their color. So there was chromium in the area that this stone was produced, which chromium's not very common, and that's why ruby is pretty rare and pink sapphire is pretty rare stone. But really, this is a lovely pink stone. Appraised value $2,020, $1,290 is our price online, and the 15 off puts this stone at $1,097, so $1,086 a carat.
and kind of wanted to know if you could, she's looking at this and the kunzite. Would you be able to compare the pinks? The kunzite, I think it's the first stone we showed. I don't know if that's available or not.
Somewhere.
Maybe.
Steve will find it.
Am I on? Oh, there I am.
Just a little bit of a size difference.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Uh-oh.
Whoop, lost it.
Oh, that's the abyss.
Kunzite's now only available.
Wow. Sure, I can. I can do it. Similar.
Mm-hmm.
On them together.
Yeah.
And with this, Steve, Gaudy B wanted to know how long on average does it take you to cut these gems? No, not these specifically, but when you're cutting.
3 to 10 hours would be the range for most stones. You know, when I cut that 100 carat tanzanite, it's probably going to take me 20 hours, would be my best guess. I've had stones that have taken me 40, 50 hours, but they were usually big gems. You know, we did that quartz. I don't know how long that took, but it was a quarter pounder. It was 574 carats. Or
571 maybe.
yeah. So size makes a huge difference. And how hard they are. And well, like kunzite's real difficult to cut, you know, can be a problem stone. And sapphire being as hard as it is, it takes a little longer to cut a sapphire.
And okay, so, and you said, you know, like the 100 carat tanzanite's going to take you about 20 hours. You're obviously not cutting 20 hours in a row.
No.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Well, I've done 8, 10 hours in a row, but that's
say
about
something's
it.
20 or the stone that was like 40, 50 hours. How do you know when to like take the break so you don't like forget what you're doing, or where do you like, do you make your breaks strategically, or is it just like, I'm exhausted, I'm going to stop now?
Sure. Sometimes, you know, you have a natural break halfway through the stones where you have to re-dop it. So, you know, the way I dop, it takes 3 or 4 hours for it for the glue to solidify. So there is a natural break when you move from the crown to the pavilion. So in that 10 hours, maybe you got 5 hours on one and 5 hours on the other side. But, you know, when you get into 30, 40 hours, yeah, it's when you get exhausted. And, you know, but I've done times when I did 12 hours of cutting. You know, you kind of get lost in it, and, you know, your butt gets a little sore sitting that long, but, you know, it's something that you're distracted enough that, you know, your goal is to get that stone done, and, you know, you're excited about it.
Remember that table of the opal That was like an hour and a half or something. Remember the big opal we just cut?
Yeah.
That was,
It was at least that long. It was kind of a nightmare. So, yeah.
you got it done though.
All right, next up, another sphene, which we love these sphenes. Just, we just haven't seen dispersion quite as exciting as what these have. So this is a 9.67 carat shield sphene from Madagascar. Yeah, it's kind of mesmerizing, the amount of colors that come out of these. This particular stone, the sale price is $2,870, and with lost my chart. With the 15% off, it is $2,440, $252 a carat. Again, a really clean stone, VS1 clarity, nicely cut. Just a remarkable sphene. And next up, we have another sapphire. This is really a beautiful color. Almost like an indicolite tourmaline. About, I don't know if it's 50% blue, 50% green. It's definitely a unique color. Weighs 2.16 carat, again from Madagascar. Praise price of $4,020. Our sale price $2,590. And with the 15% off, this stone is $2,202, or just over $1,000 a carat. Oops, sorry. Lost my hand. Here she is. Did we, the other kunzite is...
I think this one had sold.
Show's
Yes.
been on so long that my laptop died, so now I got to work off my phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one sold.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Nice kunzite. Yes, beautiful kunzite.
Let's see. Yes, that one did sell.
We lost the camera again. Is it still on there, Steve?
Thought I heard it shut off.
Better. Okay. Okay.
All right, the next stone up is another golden beryl, again from Brazil, so natural untreated stone. This one weighs 3.25 carat, cut into a trillion cut, which gives it really excellent brilliance. VS1 clarity. Our price online is $1,660. And with the 15% off, it's just over $1,400 or $434 a carat. Oop. I'll find you. Here's my hand. Just nicely cut, great brilliance. And again, a natural color heliodor.
So bright.
Yeah. Yeah, which its low refractive index is not represented here. I mean, it's remarkable the brilliance you can get out of stone with relatively low refractive index. But we find that same with quartz, which is about the same refractive index. You cut them right and they just can be extraordinarily brilliant. You know, quality of cutting and good quality polish is what gives you this kind of brilliance.
Show it size-wise.
Last one up is another bicolor. This is a little different. It doesn't show quite as dramatically as a bicolor. But it...
Mom said no.
No. So this is just a really, really pretty stone. You know, we have another bicolor that I had to choose between them, and I chose this stone just because of its brilliance and just how unique the two colors show up in it. You know, just a different kind of bicolor that just has a lot of life. And I just really haven't seen a stone like this, so it made the show. So this is a 2-carat-2, not treated. It's a natural color in a stone from Madagascar. VS1 clarity, so it really has everything going for it. Price of $57.60. Our online price $33.30. And with the 15% off, this stone is $2,831, basically $1,400 a carat. Any questions there, Jeff? Yeah.
Sorry, it's
I
really
think
tough
we've worn
to,
Jeff out too.
work it off my phone here. So we got a sale.
All right.
I'm hoping I pronounced the name right. I know I talked to you over chats, but Abdulaziz. Sorry, I'm butchering that name, but he purchased the bicolor sapphire 2.02 carats. So that was a cool one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That was
really
the green
beautiful.
and
Yeah.
yellowish.
Oh, yeah. That was cool. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a really cool color on that one. Okay, so sorry. So thanks for everybody for staying with us so far. Again, if you enjoyed the show, please give us that thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, please hit subscribe. We got 136,000 followers now, I think, Mike.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
all right.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's
We're
going
headed
crazy.
for that million
So
mark.
we'd love you for it. Yes, we'd love you to be on the Moriarty army here. But if you have any questions, this is going to be the end of the show. Please post them quickly below in chat, and I'll ask Steve. Again, all these stones are still available. You can always go back and watch the show if you want to look over some stones, or if you have any questions about the stones, you can always email us. Again, you can go to MoreGems.com. use the coupon code Asia for 15% off. We've got PayPal, we've got credit card, we've got financing through Affirm and Bread. Tomorrow, if you want to maybe do a layaway, you guys got to do 20% down, and you can give us a call tomorrow and we can do layaway as well. Outside of that,
Now, over the next few weeks, you'll be seeing a lot more stones. We've got more than twice as much as we've shown tonight, and a lot of material to cut. So I'll be active cutting for the next month for the next show, and hopefully you'll see some pretty extraordinary stones this month.
yeah. And Joanna asked if we do have Instagram. We do. We post a lot there. And a lot of times, if you go on our email list, which you can do on MoreGems.com or YouTube, it's where we post a lot of the new stones coming out. Stoff wants to know, have other garnets gone up in price or just spessartite?
No, well, many of them have, mainly since the Mahenge deposit was hit and we got all these pinks and unusual colors out of it. And it kind of forced the price of almost all garnets up, and we've had a lot of rhodolite over the last year and a half, because I've been investing in all these new supplies that came out. And fortunately, it was a good investment because my primary supplier of rough that we saw him in Hong Kong. He said that all that material has just dried up. The stuff that came out of Malawi and came out of Tanzania, it is just dried up to the point that there's very little available, and I bought a lot of it. So you will be seeing cut stones from us over the next several years. But yes, many of the garnets have gone up significantly. Yeah.
Okay. Joanna, our store is located in Crown Point, Indiana. It's about 45 minutes outside of Chicago. So if you're ever in the area, our showroom is open on Tuesdays and Saturdays. One thing I was going to add to the end of the show was for all of us, each one of us, for the stones that are left, which one would you say, this is like, you got to pick it up? Mine, just because I'm looking at the stones all the time, that antique cushion spessartite. I think I'm just, I love my spessartite ring, and that antique cushion is just a really cool cut. I think we talked about it at the beginning of the show, but that's still available. I just love that color. So if you're a woman, great color. If you're a guy or you're thinking about a ring for your husband, that orange, it's like the sun. It's really cool. How about you guys?
Me, I would have to say I like the yellow sapphire. That one just really...
The pear shape?
No, this one here, the
that
emerald
one.
cut. That one's just... The color on it is something else. It's just like it's gleaming yellow, when you look at it. So
Yeah.
that
Doesn't do
would
it
be
justice on the screen. It's
it's
so bright.
it's pretty good. Yeah. So I like that one a lot. And that last sapphire that we just showed, the oval greenish yellow one, I like those both.
And that light blue emerald cut sapphire is probably one of my favorites.
This one?
Yeah. I just think
Hidden
it's
gem.
a great stone.
For sure.
It's a color that over the years people have loved that color. We know that the deeper blue is the most desirable, but I've always found these lighter colors that are even color like this stone to be very, very saleable.
Okay.
Yeah, those are,
And the
It's
big
hard to-
tanzanite.
the Heliodors, any of those Heliodors. I guess I'm feeling yellow lately, but I like all those.
All right.
It's tough choices. But
Yeah, great stones tonight.
For sure.
Yeah, amazing stones. So if you do like any of them, again, tomorrow I will be launching the email to everyone showcasing all the stones. So normally we sell a lot the following day. So if there is something you like, I would try to get you in. I'm going to probably send out the email 10 or 11 a.m. tomorrow Central Time. So if there is something you like, get it in before that. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for staying with us tonight. Again, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe. We appreciate it.
Leave a gem in the chat.
Leave a gem in the chat for
For me.
yes. But take it away, Steve.
All right. That's going to do it for us tonight. I'm Steve Moriarty. Keep on gemming. Surprise, I'm back. I'm a little off here.
Okay. All right. There's that tanzanite.
There you go, Shelly. There's the Tanzanite for you.
And this is the first. We came back.
We came
at
back.
the end of the show.
It's like one of those, you go to the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You stay for the credits and you see what's happening there. Oh, you guys, if you guys stay around, we just talk about crazy stuff when you guys leave.
Yeah. And this stone it's more blue than, well, it depends on the light, but it will go very, very blue. It's a stone. Your first impression is it's a blue gem. So, but yeah, more like what's pictured online is what to expect from it. But everything else, the red flash, the brilliance of the stone, just beautifully polished, everything about it is really extraordinary gem. So,
All right.
right.
I think that's now.
Now is that going to do it for us?
Or will we be back?
Okay, come on, let's get the whiskey out.
All right. Everybody have a good night.
Yes,
And,
thank you.
Thanks for everything.
Thanks
Thanks for
coming
watching.
by. Yeah,
Keep on
that's
jamming.
good.